You thought you'd found a soulmate, someone who just got you so completely it felt like you were two halves of the same whole. They loved the same obscure movies, shared your deepest values, and finished your sentences. But what if that incredible connection wasn't real? What if it was a performance, a carefully built illusion designed to trap you? No, you're not crazy for feeling like something was off. You were being mirrored. In this video, we're pulling back the curtain on the 7 silent habits of toxic people. We'll start with the sneakiest of all, how they copy you, not out of admiration but to hide their own terrifying emptiness. Before we jump into the 7 habits, we have to talk about the why. Why would someone go to all that trouble just to imitate you? The answer is rooted in a deep and profound fear. For many people who act this way, especially those with strong narcissistic traits, there's a hollow space where a stable sense of self should be. They're wrestling with a massive identity crisis. They don't truly know who they are, and they're terrified of being seen as empty, flawed, or unlovable. So, they become chameleons. Mirroring is a survival tactic. It's a manipulative technique used to gain control by creating a fake sense of familiarity and trust. They study you, learning what you love, what you value, and what you want to hear, and then reflect it all back at you. They aren't building a connection, they're building a mask. This mask shows you exactly what you want to see, hiding the insecure and often empathy-devoid person behind it. You're not falling in love with them, you're being tricked into falling in love with a reflection of yourself. Understanding this is the key to seeing past the illusion. Now, let's unmask the performance, one silent habit at a time. The first habit is one of the most intoxicating signs at the beginning: excessive early agreement. In those initial stages, often called the love bombing phase, they don't just agree with you, they become you. You mention a favorite book, and suddenly it's the book that changed their life. You share a complex opinion, and they articulate it back to you with even more passion. You reveal a secret dream of moving to the countryside, and they start talking about the farmhouse they've always wanted. This isn't just good compatibility, it's a calculated strategy. Narcissists use this intense agreement to create a powerful, illusionary bond of being identical soulmates. The goal is to bypass your natural defenses. We're all wired to connect with people who share our values and interests. By becoming your perfect echo, the toxic person creates an instant, intense rapport that makes you feel seen like never before. The fear they're hiding is the terror of having no real identity of their own. They're a blank canvas. By adopting your opinions, they get to wear a personality for a while. Yours. It's a temporary escape from their inner emptiness. So how can you spot the difference between a real connection and this manipulative mimicry? The red flag is the perfection and the speed. It's too flawless, too immediate. A real connection involves discovery, debates, and small differences. A mirrored connection is a perfect instant reflection. Pay attention when someone seems too good to be true right from the start. It's often a performance. Next up is a habit that works on a much deeper, subconscious level: body language synchronization. Now, natural mirroring of body language is a normal part of how we build rapport. When you're vibing with someone, you might naturally cross your legs the same way or lean in at the same time. But in the hands of a manipulator, this becomes a deliberate and powerful tool. They will consciously copy your gestures, posture, speech patterns, and even your breathing rate. You lean forward and rest your chin on your hand. A few moments later, so do they. You speak in a soft, thoughtful tone. Their voice drops to match yours. This isn't an accident. It's a technique designed to create a deep, primitive sense of comfort. On a non-verbal level, your body is being told, "This person is just like you. Trust them." The fear they're hiding here is their own social anxiety and the worry that their true self is unlikable. They believe, often correctly, that if they just acted like themselves, with their own real posture and gestures, they wouldn't be accepted. Their natural state might be tense or awkward. So, they borrow your body language. By synchronizing with you, they hide their own discomfort and project an image of being relaxed and in perfect harmony with you. It's a physical lie that supports the emotional one. The red flag isn't that it happens, but how consistent and precise it is. It can feel almost hypnotic. If you feel an unnaturally strong rapport with someone you just met, try a little test. Deliberately change your posture. Cross your arms, then uncross them. If they consistently follow suit, you might not be connecting. You might be being studied. The third silent habit is one of the most emotionally damaging: adopting and amplifying your mood. A toxic person won't just sense your emotional state. They'll absorb it and reflect it back, often with even more intensity. When you're excited about a promotion, they'll act ecstatic, celebrating harder than your closest friends. When you're anxious about a problem, they'll seem deeply worried and concerned on your behalf. This creates a powerful illusion of empathy. You feel profoundly understood because they are literally matching your emotional frequency. It makes you feel less alone. But here's where the manipulation deepens. This isn't about sharing your feelings, it's about controlling them. The fear they are hiding is their own emotional void. Since they often lack genuine empathy, they become skilled actors, mimicking the emotions they see in others to look like they're forming a bond. The truly toxic part is the amplification. While matching your excitement feels good, they can also amplify your negative emotions to drain and control you. If you're slightly sad, they'll act devastated, forcing you into the bizarre position of comforting them for your sadness. If you're a little angry, they'll mirror it as rage, escalating the situation and then blaming you for the chaos. They use your own feelings as a weapon. They can magnify your anxiety to make you dependent on their calm presence or amplify your insecurity to become your only source of validation. The red flag is this emotional roller coaster. A healthy partner helps you regulate. A toxic mirror dysregulates you by hijacking your emotional state for their own gain. This next habit is a cornerstone of the love bombing phase. Habit number 4 is the sudden, intense, and often temporary adoption of your hobbies. You reveal that you're a passionate bird watcher, and the next day they show up with binoculars and a field guide. You mention you've always wanted to learn Italian, and within a week they've downloaded language apps and are greeting you with "Ciao Bella." This is more than just trying to connect. It's a total immersion into your world. They don't just show interest, they try to become an expert in your domain overnight. This is incredibly effective because our passions are tied to our identity. When someone dives headfirst into something we love, it feels like they're diving into our soul. The underlying fear is, once again, a lack of a stable self. People with a solid sense of identity have their own interests. They might be curious about yours, but they won't abandon their own life to adopt yours. The toxic person, having few real passions of their own, sees yours as an opportunity. They can borrow your interests to seem more interesting and, more importantly, to create a dependency where you become their guide. The red flag that exposes this habit is how quickly it fades. Pay attention. Once they feel they have you secured, their newfound passion often vanishes. The bird-watching binoculars gather dust. Their interest was never real. It was a tool to capture your admiration. If this video is resonating with you and you're starting to connect the dots, please take a moment to subscribe. Our goal here is to unmask these toxic behaviors so more people can find clarity and begin their healing journey. Your subscription helps us reach them. The 5th habit marks a turning point, where mirroring is used not just to attract, but to punish and control. This is the habit of hot and cold responsiveness. In the beginning, they mirrored your communication style perfectly. If you were a big texter, they sent instant, thoughtful essays. If you preferred calls, they were always free to talk for hours. They created a pattern of perfect availability. Then, once you're hooked, the pattern shatters. They weaponize that availability by suddenly withdrawing it. Your texts are left on read for hours, even days. Your calls go straight to voicemail. This is the silent treatment, a terrifyingly effective form of manipulation. Because they set a baseline of constant connection, the sudden absence feels like a massive rejection. It triggers panic, anxiety, and self-doubt. You start frantically wondering, what did I do wrong? You did nothing wrong. This is a deliberate power play. The fear they're mirroring is a deep-seated terror of abandonment and a desperate need for control. By giving you the perfect connection and then snatching it away, they force you to chase them. Every anxious text you send just affirms their power. This unpredictable switch between intense attention and cold silence creates a powerful, addictive trauma bond. The red flag is the stark contrast between their initial hyper-responsiveness and their later calculated withdrawal. Healthy communication has ebbs and flows, but it doesn't use silence as a weapon. Habit number 6 is one of the most sinister because it dresses up psychological warfare as intimate curiosity. This is the habit of asking deep, probing questions not to understand you, but to gather data on your weaknesses, only to use those vulnerabilities against you later. In the early stages, they seem like the most attentive listeners. They'll ask about your childhood, your past hurts, your deepest fears. You feel safe, so you confide in them, thinking you're building a deep, trusting bond. But a toxic manipulator isn't listening to empathize. They're taking notes. They are cataloging your triggers and emotional wounds. The fear driving this is their own profound insecurity. They are terrified of their own flaws being exposed, so they find yours to use as a shield and a weapon. Here's how they mirror that vulnerability back at you. Let's say you confess a deep fear of being seen as not smart enough. For a while, they'll build you up, telling you you're brilliant. But the moment you challenge them or they feel their control slipping, they will weaponize your secret. They'll say something cutting like, "Maybe that's a little too complex for you to understand," or "You're being irrational." They use your own deepest insecurity against you, often so subtly that it just feels like a painful jab. This is a core part of gaslighting. They're using the very information you trusted them with to make you question your own sanity. The final habit, number 7, shows how mirroring extends beyond just the two of you and is used to isolate you. This is the habit of launching smear campaigns using mirrored gossip. During your time together, you shared private thoughts and frustrations about friends or family. Because they mirrored your feelings, you felt safe venting. You thought you were talking to a vault, but you were really talking to a recording device. When the toxic person feels threatened or when you try to leave, they deploy this information. But they don't just repeat what you said, they twist it. They'll take a small frustration you shared about a friend and present it to that friend as a deep-seated betrayal. They'll retell a personal story you shared, but with a spin that makes you look unstable or cruel. They are mirroring your own words back to the world through a distorted lens, all to ruin your reputation and isolate you. The fear behind this is the ultimate terror of being exposed. A toxic person's greatest fear is that you will tell others who they really are. So, to preempt this, they go on the offensive to discredit you first. By making you look like the unreliable one, they protect their image and ensure that if you do speak out, no one will believe you. The red flag is hearing your private words come back to you from other people, but twisted and weaponized. Friends may pull away or family may treat you with suspicion, all because the toxic person has been planting seeds of discord using the secrets you shared. So there you have it. 7 silent habits of toxic people who mirror their fear. From excessive agreement to weaponizing your vulnerabilities. These are not acts of admiration. They are the desperate maneuvers of someone terrified of the emptiness inside. They create a fog of confusion that can make you doubt your own sanity. Recognizing these habits is the first, most powerful step to breaking free. It's the moment you realize you weren't crazy, you weren't imagining things. You were being subjected to a sophisticated and insidious form of manipulation. Healing means reclaiming your identity, reconnecting with your own hobbies, opinions, and intuition. It's about learning to trust your gut again when something feels too perfect, too fast. Remember, a genuine connection doesn't require a perfect reflection of yourself. It requires being seen and loved for who you truly are, differences and all. You deserve to be celebrated, not controlled. If this video opened your eyes, please share it. You never know who in your life might be trapped in this fog, and I want to hear from you. In the comments below, share your experience with any of these habits. Sharing your story not only helps you heal, but it creates a community of support for others who are just starting to see the truth. Thank you for watching, and remember to be kind to yourself on your journey.